And good morning. You're waking up to the vibe. Good morning, Vibe Tribe. Happy to have you all here with us this morning. We're going to have a good time today. I love my Friday mornings. I love the music that we bring to the table. And we've got some great music, a phenomenal artist out of England who's going to be joining us today. So we're going to jump right into that very soon. First, I want to just tell you all this. On Wednesday, I really, truly enjoyed speaking to each and every one of you through the chat room. Some great comments. It was really nice getting to know everybody and, getting to know some of the things that you like and some of the things that you do. I really feel that the Vibe Tribe is just such an awesome, loyal, fun group of people. So yeah, it's great to have you here, and you're waking up to the vibe. Let me just throw out a few good mornings. Good morning, Michelle, and good morning, David. Good morning, Sherry. Of course, boy, this room just does not function without you, Sherry. So please don't ever leave. But it's so good to have you here. We're gonna definitely share some awesome stuff with you today, and I've got some news. Wow, things are brewing up. And this is why I was asking a lot of the questions on Wednesday, really trying to get to know the audience a little bit better and trying to understand some things. So I'm going to ask you if you could chime in on something in the room if you get a second. I'm trying to learn, do you have Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, or Apple TV, any of those three platforms? Because we're going to be taking Wake Up to the Vibe to another level with next level broadcasting. And we're looking at some TV platforms right now. Super exciting stuff. So if you could just maybe type in the room there, let me know what you're using. If you use any of those three platforms, man, a lot of people are using Roku. I ran this survey on the Facebook wall. And thank you for those of you who actually made the comments on the Facebook wall and gave me the information. Great job yesterday, Brian Piccirillo, No Bull with Brian, the finance show that happens every Thursday at 8 a.m. And he did a phenomenal job yesterday. Just wanted to give a shout out to Brian on that. And also, don't forget today, you've got the TGI Sports Talk with Keith Engel. That's happening today. So very excited for Keith to follow the show today. Good morning, Kathy. It's good to have you here with us this morning. And good morning, Mary Beth. It's so good to see that you've made it. And thank you for commenting that you have the Fire Stick there. Thank you, Michelle. Fire Stick as well. So now that we got that out of the way, and please, if any of you just jumped into the room, I'm asking, do you use Fire Stick? Do you use Roku, or do you use Apple TV? Wake Up to the Vibe, going to the next level with next level broadcasting. And also, there's a new show coming up, Barroom Philosophy, and that is happening next week. We'll tell you more about that throughout the week, but I wanted to give the show a plug. Barroom Philosophy is going to be some very good stuff. Good morning, Kevin. How are you this morning? It's so great to have you here. So at this time, I'm going to bring in my guest, which is super exciting here. And we are bringing our guest live from London, England. And she is here to promote her new album release. It's called Free. And you're going to want to buy it at the end of this show. I promise you that. I like what the music review writer Terry Mahadavan said. Her voice radiates warmth. I love that. She's got such an amazing voice. Singer, songwriter, piano player. Welcome to Wake Up to the Vibe, Natalie Duncan. How are you?
Hey, yeah, I'm really good, thanks. Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, thanks for being on the show. I always, whenever I've had some guests on from England in the past and from Ireland, and we have a guest from Switzerland, and I'm always like on the edge of my chair when I have somebody on from another country, because at any given moment the connection could be lost.
I know, right? Oh. I'm
But
literally on the edge of my chair right now. I'm on the floor. So sorry about the angle of this camera. Yeah.
you're quite all right. You're looking wonderful this morning. But again, thank you for
Thank
joining
you.
us here. Um, just if you don't mind, I want to start by just asking you who's behind this beautiful voice. I listened to your music last night. It's just amazing. But who is Natalie Duncan?
Oh, thank you. Well, I've been singing for a long time, 10 years, doing it professionally, I guess, 10 years, releasing music, doing all that. But I mean, I'm the kind of songwriter that's like just expressing all of my pain and whatever else that I go through in life through music. So I think because of that, my voice is quite like, I guess I'm quite an emotional singer. So like it comes from there. That's
Well,
really it.
I mean, that's when you sing about truth and honesty, right? When you sing about the troubled times, right? They make great songs. They do. Do you find that like you write during the times of tension? Is that your
Yeah.
release? I mean, is that your go-to?
Yeah, it's that old chestnut, isn't it? Like I think all singer-songwriters say the old cliche of like, when you're going through the best times, your creativity stops. But it's kind of true. Like I mean, it's not like I seek out drama, but it definitely helps with with the old lyric writing and music writing. It's a blessing and a curse, to be honest with you. Like, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't think anybody really seeks out drama, but they sure do make good songs.
right, right.
now, now, the one thing that really caught my attention. I mean, first it was your voice. I'm always on the internet. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Bandcamp, and I'm always looking for unique artists. And I'm telling you, I listen to 100 artists before I hit one, and I go, oh, it's the voice that catches me, right? And when I caught your voice and I started reading a little bit about your background, I read that you had vocal surgery and that you had to remain silent. You couldn't talk, you couldn't sing. Let's talk about that. I don't know if I could ever do that.
I mean, I know, like when you're faced with that prospect, everyone's that feels like, how am I not going to speak for 2 weeks? But like so basically, I was making a living singing and performing in the London like little piano bar circuit. So you go to a piano bar and you just like play the piano, and the audience requests the songs you play, and it's like a lot of fun, but it's quite a grueling vocal schedule to be doing that every night. And after this is about 3 years ago now, like after a while, I started to just be really hoarse. I had no voice ever. And then, yeah, I went to hospital and they were like, literally, if you sing another note, you're gonna like have some kind of like your vocal cords are gonna explode, basically. Like they said it in a more medical way than that, but
Yeah.
it was really serious. So I thought I had to do it, and it just meant that I was off work for 6 weeks, like just doing nothing and like recovering back at my mum's house. And like, and just as a side note, I was also going through a relationship breakup. And so all this stuff was happening in my life. So I had loads of creativity, which didn't bode well because I couldn't sing. So I ended up just playing the piano and like whistling melodies and like humming. Like I wasn't meant to be humming, but I was humming. And I ended up writing all this music through having no voice. It was like a really annoying time in my life, to be honest with you. But my voice was brand new after it. It was like having a new voice. It's just
Well,
so weird. Like
that's I mean, obviously not every singer goes through that. I see two sides of this. One, I can see how that could put you in a creative aspect. It could put you in a corner, right? And
yeah,
but I'm trying to picture trying to write songs, but only singing it in your head and not
yeah,
being able to actually vocalize it, right?
yeah. So there's a song called Sirens on my album, which is called Free, and it's one of the ones I released about a month ago. And if you listen to that, the vocal melody is quite high. It's like, like all up there. And like, in my mind, I was like, I know I can sing that note, but I don't really know until I try and sing it, but I can't. It was it was a weird thing when I finally had my voice back to be able to sing that song, and I was like, oh, thank God, it works. It's not terrible. It
Was
happened.
there any guarantee by the doctors? Did they say, look, we're gonna operate on your vocal cords and you'll be fine after? Or was there this doubt while you
Yeah,
like, am I ever gonna talk again?
literally. Like, well, you know what it's like with doctors; they can't say anything in absolutes, so they can't guarantee anything. So, and even like, I mean, they never said like you might not talk again, but they were very positive about the surgery when it happened. But then what they did say, they couldn't give me a date, like, and that's what bugged me because I'm really impatient and I love to be busy. So I was like, when can I get back to work? And they were like, maybe 6 weeks, maybe 3 months, maybe who knows? And it was that part that I was really irritated by. Just
Yeah,
like,
right. Well,
yeah,
it's one thing to have vocal surgery. It's another thing to have vocal surgery when you're a singer, right? So
yeah,
I struggle, and I know some of our viewers are going to agree with me on this. I struggle to be quiet for like an hour. Okay. Like I like quiet time. I do. I love to embrace quiet time. I meditate on spirituality and really go into my quiet zone because I love quietness, right? But not
yeah.
for 6 weeks.
I
Like,
know.
how do you not talk?
Well, it was that. So you gradually talk. They say like 2 weeks silent. On the third week, you can speak for like 5 minutes a day, and like the 5 minutes a day part's way harder than the silence because as soon as you start talking to someone, they think we're having a conversation, but then you're like, not anymore. I have to stop now. Like, and but it's also like who you surround yourself with. Like I had to isolate myself because if I was around certain friends and family members, like it's not possible because they're like, I mean, I'm from a Jamaican family and they're loud and we want to talk. And like even my mum, who I was staying with, who's Jamaican, like she got it, but she didn't really get it. Like she'd be like, so Natalie, what do you want for dinner? And I'm like,
Yeah,
please decide for me. I don't know. Yeah,
yeah, right.
it
Did
was
it did it bother you to eat and to swallow food? You mentioned dinner. I'm just curious. Did you have to like puree everything?
like it wasn't far away, but it wasn't that extreme. But there was a special like diet I had. Like not only can you not speak, but there's so much you can't drink or eat or like it was. I guess like any surgery has a bit of that. But
Right.
yeah, it was. I don't want to
Well,
repeat it in a hurry.
yeah, well, sure. I'm sure of that. But you have a beautiful voice, and it's nice to. You really felt good when you came back. Like you had mentioned, you felt like you had a new voice. That's got to be pretty
Yeah,
wild. It's like, wow, was it the same as the voice before?
it's not. That's the weirdest thing. Your voice goes high. Like it just. That's the only way I can describe it. I sounded like a bit like a Disney princess. Like straight after the surgery, it was like speaking, but not your voice coming out. Like it takes quite a while for it to settle back down. And because my voice is quite low, like, and I've got an alto singing register, and it was just weird. I was like, "Hi everyone," and I
Oh
sound
my
like a
gosh,
child. Like, yeah, it was,
that's
but it's back
crazy.
now. It's
Yeah.
back now. Yeah.
Are you where did you get the talent from? Is this something like when you were a little kid you sat down because you're an amazing piano player as well. I want to add that. But did it just come to you naturally? Do you have a family of music? Did you go to school for music? Where give me the background musically.
Well, it's hard. It's a hard question. I'm just really gifted. No, just kidding. No, I like
No,
I
you really are. That's great. That was a great answer.
like no, I actually can't remember ever not doing music. I think that's the answer. Like it's just I I did have some piano lessons when I was younger, but my main thing was always writing. So I always used to, even from a really young age. I mean, like God knows what I was writing then. It wasn't good, but like it was in my own child's mind. It was I was doing proper. I was doing stuff, and like
Yeah.
I never there's lots of stuff I'm not good at, but I think there was one thing that I always gravitated to, and that's music. And it really came quite naturally. Like writing songs is like a second language to me. I just would sit at the piano and sing about like my parents fighting and or whatever else was happening. It's never stopped. So it's
Right. I love
Partly.
I love I love your initial answer. This just no, I'm just amazing, man. Just
What can I
so
say?
what can you say? You definitely gifted. I'm super excited. I know the anticipation in the audience is there. I can feel it, and I'm anxious myself to play the music. And so I want you to do this. We're going to play the song Pools, which is off of your new album, Free, right?
Cool.
Tell me a little bit about this song. I'm going to cue it up and get it ready. And while you tell me about the song, and then when we come back, I want to talk about Thailand a little bit if we can.
Okay.
Okay. So what is the song Pools? You wrote the song.
Yeah. So Pools is the first love song I ever wrote, and it's I'm always writing about darkness and even if it's not a dark song, I want it to have a punchline, if that makes sense. But Pools is the only song I've ever written that's just a straightforward love song. So I hope it's not too cheesy though. That's my worry about it.
It's a straightforward love song. Let's go ahead and play
Yes.
this song, and when we come back again, I'm going to talk a little bit about the album and as well as Thailand. This is "Pools" by Natalie Duncan.
Firelights of my love, in the flickering gaze on you. You make it so easy to feel everything that you do. I don't need you to say to me, I just sit inside of your energy. Ooh, you really fascinate me. How come you chose me? I feel luminous when you're close to me. Yes, I do. Like you are the books I read, you are poetry, you are the ground I kneel, you are a mirror on me, you got me changing my mind. I've become a new kind of lover. I am a pool of water. I am a pool of water. Ooh, ooh, ooh. When I'm falling down, you know it. Never have I seen your eyes, you focus. When you're around my way, you make my soul shine. Ancient melodies are the force of you. Oh, you got me on the way. Oh, you got me on the way. And oh, you got me on the way. Oh, you got me on the way. And oh, you got me on the way. Oh, you got me.
And you're waking up to the vibe. Neil, soul singer, songwriter, Natalie Duncan. That was absolutely beautiful. Great job on the video production, too. I'll tell you, Very, very nice. Are you there? Hold on. Oh, sorry about that, Natalie. I had you muted.
Oh,
Did you hear?
yes, I'm back.
Oh, that's all
Yeah.
right. I was just saying it was absolutely beautiful and great job on the video production as well. Who
Oh,
give
thank
us some background? Who was involved in this?
So the video was this artist called Zero T, and he's a drum and bass artist, and he does visuals. And we did it like in lockdown, obviously. So he came round, and it was just like all done on camera phones, which is weird that it came out so well. But
That
so
entire
yeah,
video, that entire
yeah, it was
video was
on
produced on a camera phone.
two camera phones. Yeah, it's amazing what you can do with phones these days. Like yeah, feel like it's annoying to anyone with real equipment, but yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm that person. I'm a photographer and I have all
oh,
these expensive cameras and I'm looking at that video. Now you tell me that was all done with camera phones.
yeah.
Uh, you know what I loved about the video? Great choice of colors, like the blue and then the red flower. And it was absolutely gorgeous. You could feel the soul in the color and in the production. It matched your voice, it matched your personality.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Yeah,
It's
very well done.
thanks.
So tell me, you were out in Thailand, and I apologize. There's a little bit of a delay because you're in London, England, and I'm catching a little bit of delay. So if I'm stepping on you when I ask questions, my sincere apology on that.
Okay.
What brought you to Thailand?
So it's I don't know if you know the drum and bass artist Goldie. Um, his name's Goldie, and he's like quite big in the drum and bass arena in the UK. And he started a new record label called Fallen Tree, and I'm actually the first artist that he signed. And he just happens to live in Thailand. So whenever he wanted to do my record, like I went there to record the demos. Basically, I just went to his house to record the demos because he's got a little studio there, and so yeah, that's where it all kind of started to happen.
Oh,
So yeah,
wow. And I
yeah,
heard it's absolutely beautiful there. I've never been to Thailand. I have a friend of mine that's been to Thailand. And from what I understand, it is absolutely gorgeous. Was it inspiring for you to actually be out there? Because isn't there a lot of like mountain
yeah.
scenes, right?
There is, but well, you know what? It was so. Firstly, it was the rainy season, so it was like kind of we there was a lot of rain, so walking around wasn't as easy as like if it was like the sunny season. But we spent so much time in the studio that I saw so much of Goldie's studio and not that much of Thailand. We had like the engineer James, me and him basically made the music. He's the producer and I'm the arranger, artist, blah blah blah. So me and him went out one night in Bangkok. We obviously had a massive like night out, a blowout. But other than that one night, we like literally spent no time in Thailand. Um, but just being there and having the like scenery to look out the window and see, and just the atmosphere, it was a different energy to being in London for sure. And I when I hear my own album, I think of Thailand, which is a lovely memory I've got now as well. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
nice.
very nice. What a great experience. And I didn't realize that it was because you're on the label and the owner is from Thailand. I didn't know if you were on a retreat and that's where you go to hide out and create. So
I
um,
wish.
yeah. Now, I read something, somebody had interviewed you once and asked about your influences. And I loved your description of Stevie Wonder when you said it's like getting a musical hug.
Yes, honestly, yeah. I didn't know how else to say it because I feel so connected to Stevie. I feel like everything he sings and plays is stuff that when I try and sing and play it, it's really natural. Like I don't know, I feel we're on a very similar wavelength without trying to be self-aggrandizing in any way. Because obviously, I look up to him because he's the master. And I feel like I'm always learning from Stevie Wonder. Like his back catalogue of music is more extensive than I could even fathom. But yeah, I think he's my hero probably, right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, definitely.
Yes. Well, Stevie Wonder's that's a whole nother plateau. right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he really is one of the greats and a true legend. You actually, if I'm not mistaken, I watched one of your videos on YouTube. It's not one that I'm playing today, but there is a song that you covered by Stevie Wonder. What song was it?
Overjoyed, I think it was. Yeah. It's
Overjoyed. Yeah.
yeah.
Ab- Absolutely beautiful. So how often, I mean, I know you were gigging out in England, and then the pandemic hit England just like everywhere else in the world, right? And you're a full-time paid musician. This is what you do for a living. Gigging was
Yeah.
your gig, right? How often were you
Yeah.
playing out? Literally, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I was most of my like income was gigs, all of it basically. I was probably doing like 4 or 5 nights a week. So that's like the rug's just been pulled from under me and everyone else, all the other musicians, we've got no work. I have like a small amount of teaching, but it's just, yeah, other than that, it's not been nice for us. It's really, yeah, it's
Yeah.
hurt us a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it really created a rough situation and then even on a lot. I mean, for a lot of people, obviously millions and millions of people, but in the musical world, it wasn't just the musicians. There's the light crew, the road crew, the tractor trailer drivers, the sound company, right?
Everyone, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and that's, because events, and the thing is, a lot of people have gone back to work, but because these are events, and I don't know about in England, but here in the States, we're still not having events. There's still no concerts. There's no festivals. What's it like out there? Are you seeing, is it picking up, or is it still, everything's still shut down?
Yeah, it's the same here. Still fully shut down. No gigs in the diary. Things are starting to trickle in for like next year. Like, I've got something in April. That's like my next thing. So like, but who knows? Because things keep getting cancelled. Like, there's been rumors of venues opening, and then they shut again because the government are like, oh, actually, it's too soon. So it's kind of like they're dangling this little like carrot above us, and we're like, oh yeah, gigs, and then it stops. So everything's just, we're taking it one day at a time, but basically, yeah, we're just fully locked down still.
Yeah, you just said something that I think it's your next song. No gigs in the diary. That's a that's a beautiful title. I think you
Yeah.
have to write a song about this situation. How just one day you wake up and it's like all of your shows are canceled for the year. You're out of work. You're
Yeah.
done. Right? No gigs in the
Yeah.
diary.
I
So
might have to. Yeah.
so the next song I'm going to play is called "Get Right." Okay, and let me see here. Switch screens. And can you, obviously this is another one that you wrote, you're the writer. I always want to clarify that because we're
Yeah.
broadcasting it, and I always want to give the writer credit if it wasn't you. uh what inspired you to write this song? What is this song about?
It's actually quite an old song, Get Right. It's not on my album, but it's so a few years back I was having a relationship with a manager like that wasn't an a good one. And like I said to you before, I tend to write everything that's happening for me in my life. It was a bit awkward because I was hoping my manager at the time didn't know what the lyrics were about. They were about him, but I was wondering if it's ever going to get right, basically. Yeah.
I like that. You could actually say that's for a lot of people, right? When you really think
Right,
about, is this
exactly.
person
Yeah.
ever going to get right? I'm
Yeah.
going to play this song here, and I kind of screwed something up real quick. I didn't hit the audio. So let's play this song, Get Right, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Natalie Duncan right here on Wake Up to the Vibe.
Lately I've been moving mountains just to be someone that you can count on. I've seen many signs that something in you ain't right. You could show me me till I surrender? Are you another great pretender? Oh, I wish I had a feeling. Yes, I wish I had a feeling. Does it ever, ever, ever get right? Does it ever, ever, ever get right? Oh, there is so much noise behind your silence. You are a loaded gun that never fires. Cocksure in your eyes, you kiss me on both sides. I bet you get them all wrapped around your fingers. But this ain't a dance, darling. This is my life. This is my fight. Oh, I wish I had a feeling. Yes, I wish I had a feeling. Oh, does it ever, ever, ever get right? Does it ever, ever, ever get right? 'Cause you are the sun that hides when it's raining on me. Your ship is sailing me. It is sinking all of my dreams. Why do all your open doors leave me down dead end streets? I sense that you hate to fail, but you're hopeless like me. God knows where you be. God knows where you be. Tell me where will you be, darling? Where will you be? Oh. And I wish I had a feeling. Yes, I wish I had a feeling. Yeah. Oh, does it ever, ever, ever get right? Does it ever, ever, ever get right?
You're waking up to the vibe.
Thank you.
Natalie Duncan. That is absolutely gorgeous. Wow. I love the Nord organ that you're playing. What a cool synth. I'm not just saying this. I could actually listen to you all day long. Like no, you're very you have a healing voice.
Oh, that's really lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, it really is. I have you ever toured in the States?
No, I haven't yet. I haven't had the opportunity yet. I would obviously love to. It'd be a dream.
That would be amazing, and I would love for our viewers. So if that happens, please, you have to reach out to me. And if you're ever obviously in Raleigh, North Carolina, specifically, you have to reach out to me because that's where I'm located. Yeah.
Amazing.
So what do you now? You're not touring, and you just came out with this. This album just came out. The album's free for our viewing audience. If you just tuned in, how do you promote a record in COVID when you're not touring?
Well, it's obviously not ideal. I mean, like we're learning as we go along with anyone out there that's releasing music. the internet is kind of our best friend right now. It's just the fact that everyone's doing concerts on YouTube and Facebook and Zoom and all of that is all we've got, really. I mean, I did a live stream from a jazz club in London a few days ago, a couple of weeks back, and it was a weird thing because it's just like there's no audience connection. You know, people are watching, but you don't feel like they're watching. And I think it's just adjusting to this new thing that we're all having to learn.
Yeah.
It's
You almost have to get somebody to do the show with you in the background, and then have one of these sound effects of some, where the clapping.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Because the song ends when you're playing live, and you're set up in a club, but you're the only person there, and then the song ends. You're like, okay, yeah, next song.
I know. I really regretted not having that sound effect when I was doing the gig. I was like, why didn't I get that? I really needed it.
I'll send you the file. I'll email you the file. That'd
be great.
Well, listen, I'm going to ask our viewing audience to support you and your music. Your music is absolutely beautiful, and I love the fact. Did you title your music as Neil Soul, or was that something that somebody gave you along the way? Because I love that's a great category for your music.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I tend not to put my music in a kind of box. Like I don't really think about genres that much. So it was more the kind of people writing about it and whatever that decided it was neo soul, which I'm here for it. I mean, I'm in good company with that genre. So yeah. But yeah, it wasn't really my decision. Yeah.
Well, you are in good company because you could put Stevie Wonder in that category, right? Some of his stuff is that neo soul. It's blues meets jazz, right? I purchased this CD at a garage sale. This is kind of interesting. I had never heard of Nina Simone, right? So I think I've maybe heard her name before, but never really listened to her music. And I was at a garage sale and they had a CD for $1. It was like Nina Simone's greatest hits or something like that. And I purchased it, and I fell in love with her voice. I mean, she's just what a great voice. And then I love like some of the Alicia Keys stuff where it's just Alicia and her keyboard. You know what I mean? Where she's not getting all poppy and everything. She's really just feeling that soul. And I hear these things coming out of your voice that kind of rides along that same train. I don't know if that would be a train. What would that be? That'd be a boat.
A boat, yeah.
Are you fans of either? Are you fans of Nina Simone and Alicia Keys?
I mean, Nina Simone is like otherworldly to me. Like, she, more than just her voice, her piano playing is something that I'm quite mesmerized by. Like, if you've ever seen any of her live performances, it's unbelievable. And obviously she's really eccentric and really like a diva and knows what she wants, and such, like, at the time, obviously a political figure and all of that. She's just the pinnacle of an artist in my mind. Alicia Keys' earlier stuff, definitely. Like you say, when she was more rootsy with the piano, like, because I was obviously growing up with The Diary of Alicia Keys and Songs in A Minor, those first two albums. And I would learn them on the piano and sing them. But yeah, like, both, I take those as huge compliments, basically. I can't say it about myself, but I take them as huge compliments. So thank you.
Yes, well, they are a compliment because you're a professional and you're awesome. I mean, your voice is just it hits you. Some music you could hear it hits the ears, right? It hits the head. But then you listen to some music where it hits the heart and soul, and that's when I get excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So I'm going to make sure that I go and buy your record. Is it just a download, or can somebody actually purchase a CD, a hard copy? Tell us a little bit about the actual product.
Yeah, so at the moment, it's sadly just a download. I would love that. A few people have asked me about physical copies, but it's a tiny label that we're releasing it from. So I think they're a bit cautious at the moment. But you can literally get it everywhere online, like Spotify, iTunes, all of them. So
Okay.
please buy it.
Yeah. Well, that
I'll be
makes
very
it
happy.
easy. I don't have to order it and wait for it. I can have it within 5 minutes of
True.
this show ending. So I'm going to ask,
Exactly.
yeah, we'll ask everybody, we'll ask our viewers to please check it out on iTunes and Spotify. Also, you have your stuff up on Bandcamp. There's a few videos up there on YouTube. The artist, I absolutely love what you're doing, Natalie. I wish you nothing but the best. I'm so glad you recovered from that surgery because you have the voice of an angel. Yes, you do.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. It's been wicked to meet you. So thank you.
Yes. Well, I'm going to let you go. I appreciate you taking the time to be on Wake Up to the Vibe this morning. I know we had our times. I woke up, it was like 5:30 in the morning, and I get an email from you. Hey, I'm ready to go. Where's the link to log in? And I'm like,
I was confused. I'm sorry.
oh no, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's classic. I absolutely love it. Listen, stay in touch. Let's stay in touch. If you have new music coming up, please touch base. Let us know of any new songs you want to promote. Please use this platform here. I know our viewers, and I'm going to ask our viewers if you could please make some comments in there. I did see a few comments in there, and they absolutely love your music. So make sure you go back after the show and read some of the comments and watch the video.
I will do. I'm excited. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Natalie, you have yourself a wonderful day. God bless you and enjoy your weekend.
You too. You
Yes.
too.
Bye-bye now. And you're waking up to the vibe. Absolutely beautiful. Natalie Duncan bringing live from London, England. That's where she is today. And as you can see, some of the connection was a little spotty at times, but I just love bringing in these artists from other parts of the world and bringing it to you, the viewer, the Vibe Tribe. Love bringing you this stuff. So listen, make sure you tune in. Coming up in about 15 minutes is Keith Engel. Speaking of Keith Engel, he's here. Here he is. Here he is, Keith Engel.
I didn't think I was late. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Here, I'll give you a little introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, here on Wake Up to the Vibe, it's the host of the all-new sports show, TGI Sports Talk with Keith Engel. Look at you. You're just crushing
Good morning, Joe Altieri. And Wake Up to the Vibe Tribe.
Listen, man, it's so exciting. Did you happen to catch any of the interview?
I did a little bit. I had to get my guest set up. He's in the room, and my mouse died. I just finally got my mouse fixed in here.
Yeah,
nuts. So I was listening to some of it, and I'll go back and watch it for sure because it looked very interesting.
What an amazing voice. I'm telling you, when I have artists like that on the show, I literally feel like I have an angel. Well, I feel like when you're on the show, I have an angel on the show.
Well, it's more like an angel than then maybe Keith over here or different something different.
You got this thing on your shoulder. So listen, real quick, if you don't mind, share it because I know you got work to do. You got a guest in your own show. You're getting ready to go live on the Next Level Broadcasting Network, Wake Up to the Vibe Network.
We got a better coffee cup this morning.
Oh, I thought it was a TGI Sports Talk coffee cup.
I'm working on it. I'll have to get with your. I got to get with your connections,
Get
Joe.
in the game. Look at this. Look at this. Logos everywhere, man. We're branding.
You got to hook me up with your contact for swag so we can do this stuff.
I sure will. I sure will. Who's on the show today?
Today we've got Greg Pryor. He's a retired Major League Baseball player. He was a Yankee farmhand at one time, never actually made it to the Yankees, and that's an interesting story in itself. But he had a 10-year career with the Chicago White Sox and the Kansas City Royals. Actually was part of the Royals' 1985 championship game, championship series winning team, I should say. And he's got a book out called The Day the Yankees Made Me Shave, which I actually read last night and this morning because I finally was able to get it on Kindle, only on my phone. And if you've ever tried to read an entire book on your phone in a night, it's very hard to do.
Yes, it is.
And but it's really a great read, and we're going to talk about that and some of the other things he's got going today.
Awesome.
So looking forward to it. He's a real good character. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And that's happening for you in 10 minutes.
It is.
10, yeah, 12 to be exact. So, hey, listen, good luck with the show. We'll be watching. We're going to ask all of our viewers here. All they have to do is when this show ends, wait for the if they're following the page, they'll get a notification. If you're not following the page, folks, make sure you do follow it. And also, you have a page of your own outside of Wake Up to the Vibe, TGI Sports Talk. You have your own. It's a group, right? They could join your group.
They can join. It's a page, actually, no group. It's a Facebook page, so they can like and follow the page. That would certainly help, as you know. Hopefully, you'll like the videos and you'll share those as well, because as Joe talks about all the time, that's the way this will grow. One like and one follow and one share at a time.
Feeding the passion, man. Feed the passion.
I'm loving where we're at. You know, it's been when I on Brian's show yesterday, I mentioned to him, I think before you came in the room, that it's been just a whirlwind the last couple of weeks, right? Getting things going. You know, I got to get that Roadcaster ordered. I know that, man. I know that today. I listen to you play music when I come in. I'm like, oh, man, I got nothing.
Listen, you follow me, Keith Engel. Follow me. I'll take you right to the top, buddy.
And I'm excited to go with you.
All right. We're going to listen. I told you yesterday, we're doing some homework. We're looking into Roku and Amazon Fire Stick and Apple TV.
That'll be awesome.
So that's when you're officially a network broadcasting channel, man.
Hey, if we can go download an app on Fire Stick for,
No, when I tell you it's right around the corner, I've had 3 meetings yesterday with the people who make that happen.
Sweet.
We're going places. I'm kind of letting a cat out of the bag right now.
Should I get my notice at work or no?
No.
Just curious.
No, I haven't sent you the contract yet. You haven't signed a darn thing. All right, buddy. Listen, I'll let you get to your show. Good luck with everything. We'll be watching.
Thanks, Joe. Talk to you later.
You got it. And that's Keith Engel, who will be broadcasting at 8 o'clock. He was one of the first ones on board here. Super excited to be working with Keith and Brian Picarillo, who had the finance show yesterday. I have Elise Rothman with her Yum Life Happy Hour show that's happening at 9 o'clock on Fridays. That starts next week. And then we have Elise Dorset doing a relationship transformation show. And then we have Amy Guyad Hall, who will be doing a show called The Green Gate. And that's kicking off in early September, which is only a couple weeks away here. So we're super excited. And yes, I've been doing some homework, folks. Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire Stick. This stuff is right around the corner. We are building a internet TV broadcasting channel. And I've said it before. It's for you and it's because of you, because we're having a great time. I love the fact I could bring out an artist from London, England, or from actually she's from Notts, Nottingham, I believe it's called, in England. That's where she was from, where Natalie Duncan was from. And I just love bringing all of this to you. So thank you very much for being a part of Wake Up to the Vibe. Happy Friday. Don't forget, TGI Sports Talk is next. You guys have an amazing weekend. Pay it forward. Let your light shine. And yeah, that's how it works. We'll see you later. God bless.